how's it going, everybody? It's Young here, and welcome to a Death Stranding analysis. One of the most mysterious aspects of Death Stranding is the black liquid that seems to permeate its world. We can see it fill up the handprints left behind by the invisible entity in the first trailer, and in the second trailer we see it oozing out of everything from armored vehicles to Mads Mikkelsen's character. What everyone is wondering is, of course, just what the hell is it? Is it ink, is it oil, or something else altogether? Well, here is one interesting theory that I stumbled upon. I'm not sure who was the first one to come up with this theory, but I've seen it around Reddit, I've had a few people come up to me about it via social media, and it's compelling enough that I felt the need to share it with you guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So, one theory is that the black liquid in Death Stranding might be a real-world substance called Ferrofluid. It's essentially a liquid that reacts and becomes strongly magnetized in the presence of a magnetic field. A simpler way to put it is that it's basically magnetic liquid. As you can see in this video, putting ferrofluids closer to a magnet yields some interesting results. The liquid is not only drawn to the magnet, it also forms patterns as the particles in the fluid line up with a magnetic field. What does any of this have to do with Death Stranding's black liquid, you ask? Well, for starters, ferrofluids do have a similar black color and viscosity as the substance seen in the trailers, but that by itself doesn't really prove anything. Where this theory takes form is in the magnetic aspect of the substance. Something that a lot of people notice from the second trailer is that once Mads Mikkelsen issues his command to the undead soldiers and disconnects his umbilical cords from them, as particles fly around and as the umbilical cords retract, the compass on Mads Mikkelsen's combat uniform starts to go crazy. The only reason this would happen is if there was some kind of strong magnetic presence in the area, possibly emanating from Mads himself. So the theory is that what Matt's character is doing here is injecting ferrofluids into the skeletons and then using some kind of supernatural magnetic power to control, puppeteer, and essentially unleash these undead 506th Infantry Regiment soldiers to do his bidding once detached from the umbilical cords. It's a very sound theory if you ask me. Notice how even the skeleton soldiers are covered in the black substance, which might indicate that they were indeed injected with ferrofluid from Matt's character, which he can then magnetically manipulate. And perhaps as time passes, the ferrofluid leaks out, explaining the messiness of the black liquid, and therefore requires that these undead entities from time to time recharge, if you will, with Matt's character acting as the charger for this particular undead squadron. We also do see the black substance leaking in this earlier part of the second trailer, when the tank is passing by, smearing black substance everywhere, almost like it's bleeding. Notice how the tank also has an umbilical cord attached to it, suggesting that it may either be being supplied ferrofluid, so it can be magnetically controlled, or the tank itself is producing ferrofluid to recharge the soldiers following it. Perhaps the tank was retrofitted with organs that can somehow produce ferrofluids on a large scale to maintain a large army, which might explain why so many undead soldiers are following this one tank. Perhaps the tank is one of many giant batteries, if you will, for this undead army. There's a ton of ways to look at this, but the big takeaway from all this is that the black liquid might be the key to how the undead soldiers and the relic vehicles are being controlled. If it is indeed ferrofluid, then perhaps we're looking at a scenario in which ferrofluids are being directly injected into the systems of non-living entities, with supernatural magnetic powers being used on a grand scale to control and puppeteer them, as indicated by how Matt's compass goes crazy towards the end when he detaches his squadron from his umbilical cords and seemingly activates his powers, almost as if there is now a presence of magnetic field. Think of it as a combination of bloodbending from Avatar and Magneto from X-Men, with Mads possibly puppeteering entities by controlling their ferrofluid blood with magnetic powers. Obviously, this is all theory and speculation, so take all of this with a grain of salt, but I'd say it's quite a plausible theory worth keeping in mind for future reference. Maybe it'll amount to nothing, but hey, that's half the fun of awaiting a Hideo Kojima game. You get to use your imagination and go out there and speculate and Have fun theorizing. What do you think? Could the black viscous liquid be ferrofluid, or is it something else altogether? Do you have any theories of your own? Let us know in the comments below, and to be further updated on all things Death Stranding, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.